Hey there, and welcome back to Daily Challenges, an educational monster train series where we try to push score on the daily leaderboards. Nothing too terribly exciting to report here looking at what we have available for us today. It is a Penumbra plus Restore run, which is fine. I mean, I actually think this is probably the weakest clan combo in game, but I also don't think that's particularly relevant in dailies. Dailies at Covenant 1, this is not really a factor, right? We're not actually afraid of losing the run in most cases. I mean, obviously we could push shards a little too hard or something like that, but it has the tools to get a Covenant 1 victory, so whatever. It doesn't matter if I think it's weaker at Covenant 25 or not. Especially because mutators mean so much. We start with improved firebox lost luggage, early lead, this is very strong. A ridiculously powerful turn 1 is honestly the best turn you can have, so that's great. We have a mutator moth magic. Now we don't have any targeted damage, so I don't know how useful this will be. We can abuse this to force floating bosses to ascend to us, which makes it very useful for that. And in doing so, we're able to force pre-relentless kills potentially, so we might be able to benefit from this. And then we have Strike Hard. All units gain multi-strike 1. It's good for us. I mean, we like the damage, but we need to make sure we're hitting enemies or preventing them from hitting us before we go, right? Because we can get pummeled. You can very easily run into the situation where the Divinity is doing, 22 times 2 damage and just wipes your floor on turn 1. That's of course sitting. That's a Covenant 25 at like 260 shards, but you got to watch out for it, right? You can still get some very high damage numbers here that you're not expecting. So we'll have to see. There are tools for solving this, however. Obviously, runs looking pretty decent today. Highest scoring run is a 77.6 run. Very efficient. Not too much pre-relentless, but still something, right? This is still pretty quick, but this is not as fast as, say, just slamming down, an 8 turn or something on Divinity plus Seraph, right? So we'll see what we end up with, but yeah, not much else to add. Our previous run was a #1 finish, truly fantastic. I don't get those very often. We had a -1 double stack holdover energy siphon into a battering ram, very powerful with Incant Armor 2 and Railhammer on a minor refracted Siren of the Sea. Now, Flying Boss on every kill for 88k score. I actually could have gotten a higher score, right? This is an interesting one because some people called out and they're like, with my Impida boxes, I rolled into Welder Helpers on turn 1, and I did the math, and it would have actually been enough if I had simply played them on my Sirens to achieve a turn 2 boss kill. So we could have pushed even higher. I could have been looking at an 89. I think 9. I don't think 90 was in grasp, but it could have been an 89. So that's a bummer. I didn't see it at the time, but it is what it is. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that you kind of have to accept in recording YouTube videos, right? Because I have to balance how much time I'm spending on something. And this is something that always comes up in the comments is people go, "Oh yeah, take all the time you want." But you have to understand the people who are making those comments are also the people who are actually watching the entire videos. A vast majority of my viewers only make it so far in a video. They skip around to the important parts. They're not actually watching the whole thing. And so in general, the video performs better and more people watch it. In general, completely, just full stop, more people watch it if I keep the duration of the video in check. So I'm always thinking about, all right, is it worth it for me to try to be too diligent about this, right? Because sometimes it can be fun. Sometimes it can be an enjoyable little side on experiment where we're trying to figure out the solution. And then sometimes it can be a waste of time, right? So I'm always trying to balance that. It's just kind of the nature of it. This is something that has transpired over the course of recording for YouTube over, I guess, years now, where it's just back at the beginning of this, I was happy to put up, 2+ hour videos and they were performing worse. But ultimately, we still, it's fair. It is what it is. I mean, things we have to do in order to make sure, one, I have the time to record everything, and two, that the people actually watch it. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to be careful about that stuff. You know, but it is what it is. Inevitably, with hindsight, someone is going to find something in a YouTube comment that I miss, and I'm sorry in advance for it. It's just the nature of the thing. Anyway, that's all I've got here. Let's go ahead and get in. As always, do like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll hopefully not make it too many egregious errors here. And let's see what we get. Let's roll into it. Hiya! Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I am still a little bit sick, unfortunately, so as a result, I may end up muting myself, and you may get some periods of time where I'm just a little bit quieter than usual. But otherwise, I think I've managed to... How do I even describe this? I'm not as nasally as I think I was last week, so that's nice. But I am still sick. I am still experiencing that disgusting quote-unquote post-nasal drip, as it were. You know, the one where you can't stop really sniffling for days upon days after you start recovering from whatever it is that went wrong. It's very frustrating. I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, that's not why we're here. Let's play some Monster Train. We have a good opener here. Today, as before, we are default Umbra, default Awoken. We are facing Plating Seal Daedalus. We have Curse Fell Diligent Seraph with Making of a Morsel, Razor Sharp Edge, Gem Trove. So, true. Okay, I like Razor Sharp Edge. That is a nice perk here. Big fan of that. Making of a Morsel, it's fine. Let's see, it's fine, yeah, sure. Gem Trove. Morsel generation is prevalent here. Now, I don't see myself going Gorge Penumbra, but with built-in multi-strike, it's not necessarily terrible. We'll see what we have. We have the mutators, you know what they are. Alright, we're going to be looking for things like Quick, Daze, Light's Gift, stuff that prevents me from getting pummeled by enemy waves, because enemy waves will be very dangerous. Temples today are on 3, 4, 6, and 8. 4 temples, so I want 12 units. Okay. That's right. No, 8 units. Blah. Math is hard. 12 is for 6. We don't get that many. I need 8 units, so I need to draft a bunch, but that should be doable. We have a dupe on 8 on magic side, nothing special. Trinket shop with money in the middle and removals on 7. It's okay. I mean, this clan combo only has so many good relics. I don't know what we could be looking for, but we'll see. There's also a steel shop competing, if we need it, I suppose. Random dupe plus cave on 6. Magic shop vortex on 6 as well. No steel. No steel here. No magic on 7. We get both steel and magic on 5, steel being stronger with the Vortex Cave. Magic Shop on 4 has a Vortex. I think because we're missing a steel on 4, we're going to get double steels early, and we do. Yep, see that. Awoken Banner Hellvent as well on 4. Early game banner situation, we get Forced Awoken on 2 with the Steel Shop. We do have an Umbra Banner on 3 with the Horde, so not bad. Okay, sounds good. Priory's Cloak, Rationing Scales. I think we click Rationing Scales here because this could give us money, right? And the money could be valuable. I don't foresee myself needing. Yeah, alright. I think I'm going to go for the Rationing Scales. Priory's Cloak is pretty bad. Even in the best of cases, it represents very low value. So let's get rid of that. Take the cash, of course. Monstrous or Architect. I mean, Monstrous is pretty good here. Let me be clear. It does just completely crumple the enemy floors. Now, the problem, of course, being how do you keep Monstrous alive? That's a great question. I mean, you don't really have many tools for that. Architect, oh man. Architect is pretty okay, but if you can get like a Void Binding line, make everything free and just slam Void Bindings, man, you could get a bottom floor very confident kill. It's not very fast, right? You're not like winning quickly, but I could see it being good. I think, man, I think in a normal run I would take Architect here every time. Is Monstrous better? I don't know. I think we're just going to have to make a call here. I think Monstrous represents the best case for solving early parts of the run. Architect's pretty good though, right? It's pretty good. Someone just finished a 76k. That's a number 2, I think, ish, something like that, so not bad. Monstrous Architect. I like Monstrous a lot, and there's a part of me that really wants to slam it, but I also do really appreciate that it's not guaranteed to be good here. I think I'm going to click Monstrous, and I think it just seems fun. I don't know. I'm looking at this like, I'm going to click it because it seems fun. Sure. If this ends up being lower score, fine. I don't know. There's something about this that just reads very entertaining to me, so I'm clicking it. Fine. Unit draft, sure. Sure. We should completely pummel this, right? Yeah, but you see, this looks very bad. So I'm going to at least aggressively remove a bunch of that damage. We're going to play a Morsel Miner here to do as best we can. We'll toss in this. I'm going to play Train Stewards across here. Give them some morsels. It's a pretty low score, 58k. Yeah, so you gotta be careful about this, right? Is the, oh no, my man is passing away. Yeah, we managed to keep him alive. It isn't pretty, though, right? I mean, that's the big challenge here, so... Yikes. Now, we can, of course, heal the lad, and I'm going to look for a better morsel. We didn't get one. Great, I'm going to kill the guy in back here. I think we can easily get through this simply with a minor play, but you can see how dicey it looks, right? We would have easily gotten that also, by the way, with an Architect, so nothing there really stands out to me. Prismal Dust is very good. Space Prism potentially negates the need for a space take, which I really appreciate. It's good intrinsic pickup. We need to be on the lookout for better damage cards or something. Reminder that we do have Moth Magic. I'm going to click... Glimmer's cool, right? I like Glimmer. It can kill enemies. We have to be careful about the Moth Magic thing, though. But I do need a good plus 30 take. Let's take the Glimmer. I think we need it. Morsel Maker... Awoken Hollow. I'm going to take the Awoken Hollow. This reads like this could be a very strong solution to me. We get a Shattered Shell or something. We infuse the Hollow in, built-in multi-strike, etc. I'm going to go to the right here. I think it's correct. I need to draft units. We take the money, of course. We see a multi-strike and a damage shield 3. That's pretty good. Yeah, we see that, and that's pretty good. Self-infused Hollow. This dude could just absolutely clap here. I'll take a second Hollow, sure. I think that's reasonable. Thorn Hollow is pretty solid, though, if I'm being clear with you. Thorn Hollow gives him some health, and he can just simply end an enemy, which is nice. I like the spikes here. I don't think we... I'm going to go ahead and do Awoken Hollow here. I think this is going to be correct. I'm going to, at a minimum, do a multi-strike plus damage shield angle here. They're just very strong pickups. Now, I could maybe re-roll for quick. Let's actually do it. We don't get quick. Do you just take the plus 25 then? Would I want an Umbra banner? Maybe not. We'll wait for the steel shop. See if I can find something better here. I think it's okay. We can wait here. I'm going to take this trial. I do need solutions that answer everything here. So lots of multi-strike. Very scary stuff here, in my opinion. How do you not take a billion D damage? Great question. We're going to Razor Sharp out the back for sure. This is 30 damage incoming, by the way. So we should be cautious about it. Some healing here is wise. And then we can actually keep this afloat, which is good. I'm going to eat dirt here. I'm going to eat absolute dirt here. I don't see how we avoid taking 1 billion damage, right? I just don't see it. There's 20 damage coming in no matter what I do unless I roll a big guy. I don't roll a big guy, so like, yeah, this guy's dead. And so is this guy, right? You can kind of see the problems here. So I think we need to redo this. We don't want to take that much damage. That's bad. So let's try that again. Now, so we can keep... The Razor Sharp is good because it solves this one scary dude. But the thing we have to watch out for is... I think what we do is we do Hollow Train Steward upstairs. We do give him, well, I can go like this, and this saves a lot here. That stops top floor coming in. I do think we have to end bottom floor 5x2 in the back, like that. Unfortunately, unless we roll well, I don't see... Okay, we actually amazingly just simply rolled well. So I think Penumbra actually does live here. And we sacrifice this other dude because he gets 30 damage. Do I sacrifice him? I'm going to actually hold on to him for the next couple turns. We managed to clear a good chunk of this, which is unexpected, we'll say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Penumbra goes down. I need to stop the death here is the thing. Now, is it better to get that health in the hollow versus this? I don't think so, because 333 happens here. And then we have what? I get 4. Oh man, that's so many. 8 hits, so 5 hits coming in the back for 15. I can save his life with a Razor Sharp, I believe, and we lose the Collector, but we don't lose the combat. Okay. Glimmer does some serious work here. Okay, I mean, I don't know what else to suggest. We're very likely going to... It's a big struggle up here, but I think we do manage to win this. I think... I need him to escalate, so I'm going to actually Razor Sharp in the front here. And we get through. I mean, okay, fair enough. This is probably the best we could have hoped for, if I'm being completely honest with you. So sure, great. Fantastic news. We managed to get through without losing too much. 2 turn is fine. I don't think we're getting better. I'm going to take the Immortal trade. Lifesteal plays nicely with this. It's good. I'll take that. Will I take a Vine Grasp? Probably. I don't think it's Wildwood Sap here. A ping, another ping is pretty decent. I'll take the Vine Grasp. Honestly, I think I need something like this. So sure, we get through it. We're going to go to the right. I don't see myself needing an Umbra banner here. I can convert the Pyro Remains into health anyway. We see Quick. Now, Quick is very strong because it solves the problem of enemy hit me first. So that's pretty good. We have to be very careful because this does mean Divinity just beats the ever-living dirt out of me, but I don't really have other choices. I think we do need the Quick angle here. Let's take it. I'm leaning towards a Self-Infuse here, which is good. -2. Lots of things I can take here. Tendon Piercing on the Glimmer seems fine. Right? It's fine. I'll take it. We're going to go ahead. Am I going to self-infuse the hollow here? I think I am. It's good health. It's good damage. It's good scaling. Alright, sure. I'm going to put a -2 into Gem Trove. Make this a little more playable. I could put it on Razor Sharp and then aim for a spell chain later. But I think getting Gem Trove's damage shield is probably better overall. Look at this cave. Build a card. Spikes. Frostbite. Play it offensively. I could do sap damage. Sap damage is a very strong angle here. I could sap Divinity. Do I need a ping? I have Vine Grasp. I have Glimmer. I'm going to go sap. Sap Ascend. Sure. Money. I like money. Is this good? It's a weird card, but yeah, I'll take it. I guess. If I have to play it defensively, it's not that bad, right? Oh no, I sat my guy. Like, that's fine. It's curious. It's not quite the old magic I think I would hope for, but it's fine. I like this. We can do enough with it. Let's move on, I think. Okay. What am I looking for? I mean, we have enough tools to win this combat pretty confidently. I don't foresee us getting a pre-relentless here, you know? Like, let me be clear with you. I just don't see that happening. Play Penumbra here. I'm going to stab the boss, get him hit for 80. Should be good to do it. Put some damage shield up top. I like that. The middle floor, they all just kind of explode. Although I guess they do some damage, which is kind of nice. So that's cool. Let's keep healing here. I'm going to be playing Morsel somewhere. It's fine. I think Razor Sharp here is going up top. I want to see if I can get more damage onto Penumbra, right? Now, if I push damage numbers here, that's pretty good. I'm going to take the Immortal trade because it's big scaling. Guess I'll give damage shield upstairs. This is going to cause some damage lost because of, yeah, you lose some because you're doing damage in the back, but it's fine. Let's see. Well, the floor is clearing itself, which is good. Oh, man, I should have old magic. Gosh, I should... It's 20 gold. 20 gold. Ugh. Really wish there was an undo button for this. Just, like, I don't want to have to redo the whole combat just to catch up with that. But fine, I will. You know I will. I actually think the Space Prism makes more sense there. We zap middle. It's fine. Zap middle here, guy ascends. We elevator the boss for some free damage. Sure, sure. Take a damage shield downstairs. I'll put free 10 damage up top. There's no reason not to have it. Great, sure, why not? Scale bottom floor, scale bottom floor. I'll play another bomb, do some free damage. Sure, sure. Okay, this is, I mean, we're basically doing it here. He goes punch, punch, punch. Unfortunately, is Gem Trove better here? Nah. We just go play it like this. It's fine. And I would rather do it like this, yeah, because he self does the thing. And then here, old magic. Look, we did it. Great. Sap the boss because you might as well, and I want $20. Great. We're doing okay on middle. Now I'm gonna elevator the boss one more time. We're not going to be getting... We don't get the pre-relentless here, but we do definitely win the combat. So, fine. Like, this is an easy 1v1. Now, we do have to, of course, be careful because we could elevator here and cause problems, but we get through it without too much issue. Great work. Okay. Okay, what am I doing now? Awoken's Rail Spike? Sure, I'll click it. That seems good. There's no reason not to click something like this, so let's do that. I do need units here, so what am I taking? I don't know. None of these are particularly good. I need 2 more units for infusions. Sure, right? Sure. Huh. You know, it's funny. I could actually assemble a squad because I think moth magic works when I hit my own units too. So if I take vine grasp and stab my own floor, I could assemble a squad of big guys together, which is kind of cool. I don't really know what I'm going to take here. I guess we'll grab, what, Morsel Maker? He's something? Sure, I could slot him on the floor. He takes hits, I guess. Sure. I think that's acceptable. I'm not going to take space. I'm going to take card draw here, I think. Although I do think Ember is going to be highly valuable, just thinking ahead a little bit. But card draw is always valuable, so let's take that first. I think we can also play bottom in most things. Now, do I go Magic Shop here? What am I looking for if I do? Holdover goes where? Probably old magic, actually, because it represents a lot of money. Removals are fine. I could cut Shade Splitters, I suppose. What do you dupe if I go to the dupe? I could make a second hollow and then try to assemble the squad, which is a funny idea. The problem, of course, then becomes I have assembled a squad on a higher floor, but I need to kill the enemies on the bottom floor, so you see the issue. Maybe I should have taken a Descend Old Magic instead. With offensive ones, I usually prefer Ascend because I can push flying bosses up into empty floors, but there's just an argument, right? There's an argument both ways. Descend definitely lets you play this defensively a little better, but regardless, I mean, we already made that decision. Am I going to remove stuff? Could cut some Shade Splitters. Magic Shop, I think, is fine at best. I don't think this is a particularly strong dupe, if I'm being clear with you. It would probably just be stuff like Rando Glimmer, I guess. So, I don't know, I don't hate it, but it does answer the question of I need another unit, so I guess I'll go left here, it's fine. It does answer that challenge. Now, Spell Chain is, well, I don't know about Spell Chain, how useful that is. We see a Hermit. I suppose I will take the Hermit, right? Sure. Seems okay. We'll go ahead and put the Morsel Maker into said Hermit for free scaling. Fine. A Purge. I'm going to get rid of a Shade Splitter, of course. I'm going to take a Spell Chain into... Now, if I had had a -1, this might have been better, but that's okay. Simply put a Spell Chain into the old magic. I don't think this is bad by any means, so I'm happy to have that. Sure, I think that's right. I don't really know what we're doing here. This run just kind of seems just like a bunch of stuff, you know? Yeah, sure. Now I could go Architect Pivot. How are we feeling about the Architect Pivot? That makes him, what, a 2-space unit? It's kind of weird. Doesn't particularly help here. Let's go Big Man. Big Man hit. It's fun. It's fun to have Big Man hit. Now, what in the world do you dupe? That's a great question. You want to kind of dupe something that scales something. So I could take 5... I think at a minimum, we're probably most benefiting from the Glimmer, if I'm being clear with you. But we do have to be careful about ascending enemies. Or I could just randomly take a duped old magic. This is going to clog my deck. I don't love it. Going to a magic shop coming up, I think. Yeah, unless I want to try to get upgrades seriously for this Husk Hermit, which I don't know if I do. Shards are good. Shards are good, and we did go to a dupe. Could make another hollow for 15. He's not bad. More of these guys on a floor is pretty decent, but it makes the Glimmer payout better, for sure. I think just having a second Glimmer is going to be good, so we're just going to take that for 5 and move on. That'll have to be okay here. We'll take the Ancient Hate. The only thing I'm using is Piercing. Now, playing bottom floor is going to be difficult. I mean, you just drop the man, and he does most of the work here, which is good, it turns out. So that's nice. A solid 180 is pretty good here. I'm going to go ahead and buff up top. I do think we are just playing the Rail Spike on this one. It's good, it's good. I'm going to go ahead and ascend my lad here. I will burn the Shade Splitter. I do want to play the old magic here, so that's probably correct to do. Let's actually just save some health and do it this way. And then the Train Steward can get a hit on him. And this will do. We'll kill this guy on the next floor anyway. I'm not afraid, so kind of whatever. Yeah, very much whatever. Now, if I hit here, it does ascend the floor, so we need to be somewhat cautious. Take the other play first. I'm gonna, I guess, buff middle here is acceptable. There's no reason to take this. I think we just kind of chill. We let this turn go. It's fine. Seems okay. Penumbra did a great job there. I can save Penumbra, which is kind of a fun option. Or I can buff upstairs. Sure, we'll save Penumbra. I think I'm fine with that. And then we'll give him some stats. Or I guess it doesn't actually work. Somehow this Train Steward lives, which is fun. And we should have top floor pretty solidly cleared here. Yeah, we do solidly clear this. It's pretty good. I definitely want the Immortal trade down here. Take a Gem Trove as well. Penumbra will pass away, unfortunately. I guess I could attempt to ascend him. I can actually just... Oh, it didn't do damage because of the spell chain. Ah, well, fair enough. That's okay. Now, I don't actually know if we can find a way to... How do we do this, right? I gotta be careful. We can ascend a man and earn some money here, which is good. How do I get you on this turn? Glimmer gets one ascend. But I can't get you with the Vine Grasp. So I think for better or worse... Yeah, because of the spell shield. For better or worse, I think we are... taking a 2-turn? Is there any way I could have done this? Maybe. I don't know. It's tough to say. If I had drawn the old magic, maybe. Because you could have double ascended him. There might have been a way through this. I don't know. Let's see. I'll give it a try. Okay. Now, I don't have a descend. I could just play Big Man bottom floor, and he does pretty well. Do we want to try that instead? It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. And then we play Penumbra Morsel Maker. We buff bottom. Draw 5. Sure. We ascend a dude just for the armor. Sure. I play some stats here. It's acceptable. Put a Train Steward down. I guess ascend him. It's fine, right? I'm not going to play the Immortal trait on this turn because I think it costs me too much in future turns, but it is quite strong, right? It's decent play. Yeah. I think we're okay here, right? Yeah, top floor clears, fine. We buff here to the best of our ability. I'll take a lifesteal for sure. That's good. I'll take a damage shield for sure. Top floor is fine. So, okay. Sure. Lay out some stuff. I think we're alright if I keep playing smartly about this. Yeah, 73 does kill this floor quite well. I can buff here. We can get some scaling, which I appreciate. Great, sure. I don't think this is the lifesteal because he's just pumping those numbers into my morsels here. So we're just going to let it ride. We buff. It's good. Sure. Right? Like this I think gets it. So fine. Now our goal here is to just repeatedly ascend things for money. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and take the razor sharp on this one. That's fine. Right? So we're making money, and I think we just win downstairs. Yeah, this is just superior, right? So, okay. I didn't overthink this. I was just like, we can just do better, right? It's actually not that hard. So, fine. Cool. Okay, we do way better here. And we earn more money. I had a feeling that there was just a better way of playing this particular combat. So I'm glad we did that. Okay, engine upgrade is pretty good. I do think this is a good card to take. I could use the Ember. You can see a lot of turns where I'm just like hanging on to cards. So I think having the Ember is nice. This enables me to not have to take it later, or Ember later, so let's do it. Ensnare is a very strong play. Here's Pyrogrow, same idea. Wildwood Custodian. We're already good on units. I have 4 more, so I'm just going to take the Ensnare. Very solid pickup. Happy to have it. Okay, left, right. Do I want to remove stuff? Maybe. What do you cut? Shade Splitters, I guess. I could buff the Husk Hermit. There's a world where he matters, so there's that. The Magic Shop is good, though. Magic Shop lets me get -1 into the old magic, which is good. We like that. Things are expensive. I'm going to go ahead and take the Merchant of Steel action, though. We could very easily see an overstack that's really powerful here. So let's see what we hit. Multi-strike. I mean, I will make the Hermit stronger if I can. Endless. Spikes. Battlestone. Alright, we'll see what the Horde says. Temper Talisman is actually pretty decent. Iron Drop Cage. Does this work with Moth Magic? I think it will. It should. It should, right? When a damaged spell hits a unit, ascend it. So the spell is doing it. Whenever you play a spell that would ascend or descend, apply. I mean, it should work. Should work. I'm gonna take it. We'll see if it actually does work. What if I just take a Battlestone here? Is this fine? It's not ideal. Do I get a forced steel shop eventually? Maybe. If I go, there's an opportunity to see one, but I don't think I'm inclined to go that way. We are going Magic Shop next, I'm pretty sure. Although I guess the cave is not a bad idea. I don't know, I kind of don't care about this Husk Hermit. He's kind of just here. Let's go ahead and take this. If I see a tiny stone, I know where I'm putting it. Let's go ahead and sell our health, because we'll get it back. Fossilized fangs? I mean, I don't know what the heck. I have no gorge triggers. Okay, well, I'll take 25 gold, I guess. It's points, right? It's points. Fine, sure. It's pretty weak. Removals here are just Shade Splitters. Go away. I need all my units. Don't mess that up. Okay. I do need to, at some point, think about Diligent a little bit, but I'm not too terribly afraid of him. Am I going to keep this slot open on this guy? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I'm probably just going for this dupe. I mean, I got an engine upgrade, so I'm a little less inclined to hunt down the -1s. I do find value in at least a -1, but I'd rather see if I can get some value out of this Hellvent. I don't think this Battlestone does much for me. I'm just going to go ahead and move on from here. We're fine. And get all that health back, sure. Okay, Crystal Cloak. I think we're fine on Crystal Cloak. I also think I'm fine on this trial. I'm probably going to try to ascend a floor together for Crystal Cloak. Yeah, it's tough to say. Play him bottom floor. We can do Hollow plus Maker here. I can kill the guy in front. The cool thing about doing this is I think it auto kills. It does. It auto kills the guy in back, which I really like. Give a morsel up here. We're going to see if maybe we can ascend a floor together, which would be kind of cool, I think. Give him the damage shield downstairs, and I guess I'll pump these morsels into mid-floor. I could have played out a trade steward or something, but we'll see. He clears the wave, which is pretty neat. I can play this out and ascend him up, which I don't hate immediately. Definitely playing engine upgrade here. Yeah, it does. It ascends him and dazes him. That's pretty cool. So I can just pull him and create a whole ruckus here, and that works out pretty well. A guy was dazed for a year anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So from here, I can actually just make money, right? I can simply make dollar bills, and that's pretty cool. So, great. Space Prism, fun. Alright, sure, why not? Now, we're not really scaling anything, but it is kind of cool that it's working out the way we want it to. I can again save a man's life. I suppose I will. Go ahead and buff upstairs. I'm actually happy to take this Immortal trait now. It's a big scaler, so cool. And we'll toss a minor middle. I'm probably ascending this whole situation together in the end. So, yeah, like I can actually just send this man to the pyro room, and that's fine with me. Sure. And then I can ascend this guy up. Now the whole squad is here. Cool. Now, Crystal Cloak. Again, bad draws. We didn't hit a ping to ascend. How do I feel about this? Because I think the play is, do I ascend Crystal Cloak or do I let this go through 2 rounds here? I think we let her go because she's got a multi-strike and I think I need turns here. I think Old Magic ascend and we get out. Ooh, yeah, bud. Alright, I had a feeling. Damage shield's going to be worth more here, and we'll take the lifesteal on this one and we're okay. Alright, so I think this played out better. We get a 2-turn, it looked close. The free multi-strike is dangerous. I think we're okay. Alright, we're going to take it. Sure, I'll take Faulty Loader, it does something. Void Binding is probably an exceptional card to just grab. Cool. Ingraft is an exceptional card to just grab here. I don't have the spikes for Bramble Lash. I wonder if there was a really fast spikes hollow into Bramble Lash play. Something to have considered, I suppose. Magic Shop suddenly got a lot better now. You can make things cheap and then just slam Void Bindings. So I think I am going to go to the right here. Sure, I think so. I've convinced myself. A -2 is a good pickup as well. I do like that. We can make the old magic free multiple plays. That's really good. It's also a very strong and effective... what's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, nice. Intrinsic Space Prism. It means Penumbra can be played. So that's cool. So it makes it for a very good dupe, right? This is a 20 shard dupe, but it also has value into Divinity because of Drop Cage, but also it earns me money, which is itself points. So keep that in mind. We're going to self-infuse a Steward here. Get it done. Great work. We're then going to immediately remove said Steward. Great. I'm going to be cutting out something, probably a making of a morsel. Let's just make this a little more efficient. We want to make things cheaper. Holdover. Consider this for a moment. Holdover Void Binding is pretty solid here. I am a fan. Simply play zero cost everything. We'll have to be cautious a little bit into Diligent and Fell because of curses, right? Curses. I can always start playing it holdover later, right? At 20 consume a restore on this guy. This is worth... We are going to spend some money. I think we're going to earn a lot of money on our own. A +10. -1 on this engraft. I could have held over the engraft, by the way, and also would have been nice, but I don't think it's as important. I'm going to go ahead and put a -1 on engraft, though, that's for sure. The +10. I'm going to toss one of these in a Glimmer. I don't need both of these to be pumped, and if I do see a +30, I'll just buff the other one, right? It's fine. We only have the one opportunity for it anyway. We move on from here. Our goal is pre-relentless, basically murder everything, which should be possible, actually, here, I think. Now, watch the universe where this cave over here actually had, like, Sunderstone or something. That would have been depressing. There you go, Penumbra. Yeah, great job. Good work. Go team. Hollow upstairs, Hermit here. Could have actually played these two together. Now that I'm looking at it, I didn't need the Space Prism right away, so possibly... I don't think it really matters all that much. A buff here, buff here. We're going to take the Miner, put that, I guess, upstairs. Sure. Fair enough. Penumbra Clovers, great work. Okay, I'm going to buff here. I am going to spam old magic whenever physically possible. I don't think we're playing anything too crazy here. Let's actually try the... Okay, so my hope was actually to have rolled the... What's it called? The Vine Grasp. But that's okay. You want to hit this Void Binding? I don't want to because we are going to be dealing with curses in this particular combat. So I'd like to avoid passing away. Okay, so I think first things first, we're losing bottom floor. I can save a lot here by simply hitting Glimmer on this guy. Great work. Send man up, not afraid. Now, I'm going to bring the boss back up, I think. Right? Seems good to me. Play out the curse. We're going to take the buff. We're going to do 234. If I can somehow get a pre-relentless kill, I would like to do it. So, Glimmer bottom floor, get rid of this curse. I like it. It's great for me. I'm going to go ahead and ascend my own dude, and then ascend the boss, and then begin scaling here. I'm going to separate these guys a little bit. I don't think this is slam void binding quite yet. So, okay, we can double ascend the boss here, which I will do. Simply send it back. Great work. If I put a razor sharp in front, we push numbers, which I appreciate. I'm going to push the razor sharp in back then here. It's good. Great. We give up on Penumbra. I'm not terribly upset about it. It does not really matter. Okay. I think we can pre-relentless if I draw decently enough. Cool. We go ahead and glimmer here. Great. We ascend the boss again. Great. Let's just keep working on it here. Big scaling. Alright, we should have a pre-relentless. It's gonna be weird looking, but I see it. Yeah, alright, we have it. Get fell back up here. We at least have the one turn kill. Looks decent. Sure. Cool. Great work. Alright, we get out with a one turn pre-relentless. I will take it. 4 turn on fell is pretty okay. Wildwood Tome is a great add for the Hermit, so we'll take that. Good. Is it card draw? It's not space. I don't need it. I did also get the engine upgrade. I think it is just card draw. Cool. I'll take it. Okay, that's promising. What could this trinket shop show me that I care about? Not a lot, admittedly. Not a lot, admittedly. I'm going to go left, I suppose. I can convert this health into money, and maybe we roll into something fun here. We're going to go Magic Shop dupe on 8, so seems okay. Great. Grab everything. Large Stone? You want to just make him huge? See if we hit another multi-strike or something. We don't. I'm going to take the damage shield 3 on Hermit then. It's fine. It's not what I wanted, but it is acceptable. At this point, though, we are kind of hoping to reach 2,500 points here. I'm going to go ahead and do Big Monstrous. Great. I can do this freely because I have the Intrinsic Space Prism. We move on. My aim is try to get tons of score. I'm basically looking for 2,500 points from our money. Now, Space Prism. Penumbra pummels this first floor, dude. Fantastic. And then the rest of this, I mean, we actually... Oh no, the damage shield actually means I can't ascend him. It's very entertaining to me that I didn't notice this, but funny. Welp. Spell shield too, man. I can't get through these guys. Well, fair enough, I guess. Let's give Penumbra a damage shield, I guess. We'll take an excavator upstairs. Fine. Here's some damage scaling. A bit of a bummer, but acceptable, I suppose. It is what it is. I can blast middle. Bottom floor is doing okay. Great. I'm going to go ahead and engine upgrade there. I will blast middle. Will I? Do I care? Not really. Should probably heal upstairs. Sure. Draw 1. Why not? Get some scaling going. Fair enough. Yeah, fine. Want to do that draw for sure. We're earning a ton of money, which I really appreciate. Now we are, at this point, we lose Penumbra. We can save him, right? We can make it work. So, the way you do this is we send up... We old magic the Hermit up on the floor. We then ping Penumbra, and we ascend him. And now we're really cooking? Right? Sends this guy, but he doesn't do damage to me, so I don't really care. I am going to quick in the guy who has multi-strike here. Just good, and the quick. Now, this is a combat where I reasonably could just slam Void Bindings, but I don't think I need to, so whatever. A lot of this is going to look fairly tame, I think. Blast it because I might as well. Sacrifice a dude because I might as well. Sure. Seems okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and ascend some guys, I think. Wrong button. Let's go ahead and send up that man, send up this man. The whole thing is cleared, so I'm not afraid. Don't play the Glimmer. I'm just going to blast it middle. Take the other plays here. All good, all good. And chilling, I think, right? Yeah. And now here, you're just looking for... Man, really? I didn't roll it? Bummer. I was like, just give me Ascends, but I guess I didn't get it. I don't want to give up 10% score on this. I mean, I can give more. I can get him up once. It's always the spell shield that does it, right? Like, I have it. Razor Sharp doesn't do it. Ugh, alright. That's a bummer. I was hoping for something better. So, we can probably pull it off. I just need to make sure... What? Maybe I can keep Penumbra alive on bottom floor. We can play it that way. You give him the quick here. So, like, you just play the combat a little differently, and it's still fine. It's a little annoying, but it's fine. Yeah. Whatever, right? It's all very much whatever. So we put quick on the bottom floor dude now, and now you can see he's gonna just completely pop off is the thing. So, sure. He pops off, and that's pretty cool, I think. Once we see the Void Binding, we just slam it on him, and it's over, right? Great. Cool, we did it. I am going to... keep playing the Ascends here whenever possible because it's good to do it. Here's a Gem Trove. Sure. Doesn't really matter. I'll give him a heal. Why not? Fair enough. Like, this guy walks up, but he's dazed, so it doesn't matter. Bottom floor, he is just winning the combat, so we're fine. It's actually really easy. So, sure. Great. Right, this guy walks. Oh, the guy walked and hit me. How dare you? Oh, I didn't do the math. I didn't look. I'm so greedy. I didn't look. I got punched. Ugh. Alright, look. I'll pay attention. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention there, and that was the downside. I was looking at that like, did we actually get this? Did we solve it? No, I ascended him and didn't do the smart thing. Lame. Let's just buff middle here, it's fine. Doesn't really matter all that much. Sure. I don't want to put that train steward up there, he's a problem. He gets in the way. Alright, we do want to engine upgrade. Good, click the button. I do think... this guy is dazed, so it's not that important. I'm going to go ahead and take a Morsel Miner then. We'll play that out. All good. I will draw past this. These train stewards are annoying, indeed, but it is what it is. Sure. Okay, where are we? I want to ascend my guy upstairs. Great work. Good job. They bring the squad together. It's good to do it. Make sure that when you hit the enemies, right, that they are dazed. Actually very important. So, for instance, I can ascend in middle, and because he has 2 days, he will not hit me. Right? He does not hit me. Good. Math. It checks out. Alright, now I do want to try to buff downstairs wherever physically possible, so we're going to go ahead and do our best here. Play out the doubles, or the single stew, I suppose. Let it ride. Okay, sure. Now, we're going to continue buffing here. Top floor looks acceptable. Great. Fine. We're clearing it out, and we win on bottom floor. Great job, we did it. Go team. I am going to double ascend the guy in back simply because I want money, and money is good. Great, we did it. He wins on bottom, no fear. Okay, so now we get a bottom floor kill, took no damage. Great work. Got the trial, got everything. I'm going to take Ember Cash because it's diligent, and you might as well have an answer for that. Preserved Thorns is not bad. Preserved Thorns is not bad. Draw me a little faster. I'm not infiniting, so this is fine. Engraft, however, is also a really good card. I did take the Ember Cash. I don't know how much I'm afraid of this. Preserved Thorns is normally never wrong, in my opinion, to add. This solves the problem of, does Diligent actually cause me issues? But I think we can just take the Engraft and be okay thanks to the Ember Cash, and we're good. We go to the left for the dupe. We're going to get everything here. Self-infuse a Steward. Great work. We held on to them for this long. Another 10 in Piercing ends up in this Glimmer. It's not glamorous, although we could put it in Vine Grasp and actually have this thing ascend things properly, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and make Gem Trove free here. That seems really good. Or, you know, good enough. You want Vine Grass to be 10 in Piercing? Maybe. It's actually kind of nice. Trader's cool. Refined Void is good. I like Refined Void a lot, but this does eat into my points. A minus ones are just like, let me be clear, minus ones are, in my opinion, really required to click. So let's go ahead and put a -1 in Engraft. A +10. Doesn't really matter if I put this anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this, spend a little bit of my money. Want to holdover on anything? Holdover Engraft is kind of just free card draw and free Ember, and generally pretty good. So I think we can click that. I'm going to go ahead and put a -1 into the Glimmer, make it cheaper, make it free. And I think I'm going to 20 consume a Restore. Good, we've spent enough money here. I'm going to go ahead and 10 in Piercing the Vine Grasp. We talked about this. I'm going to be duping the Old Magic. 1, it's 20 shards, which is fantastic. 2, I think with both of these, we reasonably stand a chance at hitting the gold cap. And I think we're just going to move on at 1860 gold here. I feel okay about this. Cool. We've done a good job as far as shards go. We're ahead of where I imagine a lot of our competitors will be. And in general, I'm feeling pretty strong about that. Space Prism, Penumbra, do good work. Great work. Let's toss the engine upgrade on this turn as well. I really want that for sure. Great. It's going to be Hollow, Hermit, Steward. You want to draw 6 here? It's a pretty good draw 6. We'll click draw 6. It's good hitting the Vengeful Shard here. I'm a big fan of that. I can ping and ascend my own lad, which is nice. I do appreciate that. There's no real reason. Unfortunately, 7 turns means I'm not getting any, like 7 waves, 7 turns. Diligent has too many shards. Bummer. I can ascend the guy at least on my side. Begin going for it here. Take some scaling, which I might as well grab. I'm going to save the Ember Cash for later. If I get, yeah, if you get the Wildwood Tome, we put this bottom floor. This man just kind of cruises at this point. Our goal at this stage is entirely to farm money. So it's good to farm money. Now I'm going to Gem Trove bottom floor because it's worth it to toss that there. I don't know if we need to, I don't think we go in on Void Binding quite yet. I don't want to take damage from these shards, and I think we win without it. So let's plan around winning without it. This is a good floor. We're going to sacrifice the razor sharp edge here. I'm going to go ahead and ascend the boss. Our goal is to earn money. There is a world, by the way, where... There's a world where we play the Void Binding and utilize the engrafts to generate Ember, but I don't think this is it. Right, because the Divinity, I mean, the Seraph is not going to have turns, is the important thing here. He's not. When I say he's not going to have turns, I mean the brother is not going to... He's not going to do it, right? Now, who do I ascend here? That's a great question. He doesn't actually push numbers the way I was kind of expecting him to here. I guess there's a lot of damage on the floor. I could just send a guy upstairs. We obviously deal with it upstairs, no questions. So I can simply like grab him and then we have it, right? Easy. Sure, this'll do. Then let's send our buddy upstairs one more round. Blast him a bit. I can't move him, but he's got like 14 days. He's extremely dead, right? We have no fears. This turn, it's a burn on the making of a morsel. Let's get that out of here. The rest of this is straightforward. I can play the ensnare without too much fear. Yeah, I'm just ascending the boss because I want to earn a ridiculous amount of money. If I root here, I can blast. He doesn't actually move. He's super dead. It's fine. Bottom floor, he's clearing it out, right? Yeah, okay, so I think now we're at a point where I can play the Void Bindings comfortably. So let's begin that process. I also think there's value in ascending the Wilt Wings here, because I don't want the Wilt Wings... Because I don't want the Wilt Wings to damage the damage shield here. I think with 22 days, I have little fear of winning on turn. It's really just making sure I actually can play these Vengeful Shards, right? This is the big key here. So we do have the Engraft on lock, which I think helps quite a bit. This floor I'm not a big fan of. I think I'm ascending the Steel Wings, get him out of here, and then the floor is cleared without much issue. So that's cool. We do alright here. I can simply blast upstairs. That guy dies. Great. Now I could also very easily win this combat by simply... Yeah, I have a lot of options here. Now, I could win this combat by ascending Seraph up, and honestly I could have the Divinity, the Pyre, just murder him. I do want to play all of my old magics. And that's pretty much important. I'm going to ascend this guy up. He gets sent to 0. It's fine. We're good for it, right? I can even... Oh, that's an ensnare. I could even kill the guy upstairs. Sure, may as well. Does not matter. We get the win pretty confidently. I think this is as good as we're going to get, because 7 turn, 7 turn. I don't have any means of getting rid of the stealth here, and I didn't draft any means of, you know, killing him early, so we just have to accept the 3 turn on Seraph, I think, which is okay. I think we're hitting the 2,500 as long as I'm fast enough here. Okay. Great. Now, I'm thinking actually of putting Penumbra upstairs, but I guess it does not really matter. Doesn't really matter, does it? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and send this. Let's play the Void Binding first, actually. Draw 8. Let's go ahead and put the Razor Sharp down. Fine. Draw 7 is acceptable here. It's a pretty good turn. Let's put all these things in. Engraft and graph. Keep Razor Sharping. Wildwood Tome downstairs. can actually keep some of these things alive on middle, which is kind of cool. Play the Void Binding. I mean, my goal, I need to make sure I play enough old magics. This is the key, right? Let's get our lad up there first. Ascend him. Let's daze the boss. This is good. Great, the boss has been dazed. Let's actually also daze the boss downstairs, because that's kind of cool to do. And then let's play out the Train Steward so he's gone. And simply play this. There's a balance here, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a pre-relentless that's particularly compelling, right? We're gonna try. I'm gonna try to go as fast as I reasonably can. But I don't know if we actually can do it. So we're gonna do our best. And that's kind of, I think, the best we're gonna be able to achieve, right? Let's pop Mr. Spikes guy, I guess. Get rid of him. I can keep I can ensnare this guy on the floor. I might as well, right? We're trying to push numbers, but there's a balance here. The balance is, how do I get the maximum kill? Now here's a question for you. That's an interesting question that I had not really considered, which is, I can ascend chains so he doesn't give me a weight of contrition. I think this floor is pretty easy. It's just razor sharp, razor sharp. I can save 46, which almost gets the kill. I'm going to put the lifesteal upstairs here, I think. That's good. Give him a gem trove here. These guys are just going to pass away on middle, and that's fine. Do we push the numbers upstairs? 180, 180. I'm doing like 360. I'm not actually killing him here. I think we accept and we play these old magics offensively here. Good. We're pushing numbers to the best of our ability. We're a little bit slow, but it's fine, I suppose. We can get the engraft. We have an excavated ember. I'm not afraid. I can ascend this buddy here. He will die. That's important that he does die. We're trying our best. I feel like we're not really going to get much further here. I could just ascend him out, right? There's no reason for me to take this. Yeah, he gets completely walloped here with the daze, which means we push more numbers, which is good. Can play the razor sharp downstairs because this is damage through. Stab the boss, I guess. Daze him, sure. Okay, fine. I do have this curse, but it's not a big deal. All right, we easily reach the threshold of what we're looking for with this old magic. A couple more casts and I've hit max. It's unfortunate I can't really think of a way of speeding up this kill, right? Like, this just, I don't feel like we're going to get any faster than this, unfortunately. So, I think I can pre-relentless, but dang, you know. I think I can pre-relentless, but it's not easy. This guy, we're pushing him through, so that's good. We might get a pre-relentless here. I don't know. It's actually really difficult to say. I think we get it next turn in sort of a non-glamorous fashion. Hey, look, we made max money, though. That's pretty good. We're pushing numbers through on bottom, which is something. I'm trying to think if there's a better way of doing this. I don't think there is, right? I just don't think there is. I could potentially save 230 here by ascending the steel wings out. right? Pushes some decent okay numbers. I wonder if the Glimmer could have gotten it there. 70, 70, 90 is 160. Ooh, it would have, right? It would have gotten it. The Glimmer on this bottom floor would have gotten it. All right, I think we can get better then. So it's a balancing act. There's two elements I want to reach. I want to max out my 300 points from playing the gold card, but I also desperately want to clear this floor. I think one thing we should consider... The other consideration is, do I ascend the floors together? Do I ascend my floors together and then just play everything? There's a strong argument for that. It's an interesting question. I actually think there's a strong argument for it. So let's try it. I'm looking for a 3-turn or better here. So 3-turn or better at 2,500. So to do this, then you play Space Prism, Penumbra up front. You play our lad in middle. Now I do have to heal him because the mid floor is too dangerous. So there's that. And then we ensnare. We buff Penumbra. We begin scaling Penumbra. And then I play 7. Okay. Now this doesn't get my Hermit down immediately, unfortunately. Well, it does, I guess. He kind of does something. You quick the Penumbra. We can then begin scaling a little bit. Play out everything, honestly. There's no reason not to. Take the stats downstairs, I guess. Right? I mean, there's no reason not to. Simply click all the stuff. It's fine. Okay, bottom floor does something. Now, our goal here is to assemble the squad. So, to do this, we just grab Vinegrass, pull him up. Cool. I'm going to then... It's going to look ugly, but I am going to have to ascend my lad up. Great. Then we simply daze the boss. He's gone. Great job. Void Binding in front. Now our goal is to full send, right? We want to get rid of cards that don't come back. So consume cards, go. Great. And now it's just, can I pummel this floor fast enough to simply win the run? It's entirely possible that I can, right? Yeah, right? We straight up just play everything. I can save 10 health or it's actually worth more to just stab in the back, right? And then what? You just simply... We can delay turns, potentially, by not... See, the nice thing about this, for the record, is I can actually send enemies past, and it's okay. Not the Steel Wings, but some enemies can just go away, right? I can just, like, lock down this guy, and then just... let it ride. Yeah. So this is a serious thought, serious business thought. Now he's trampling in front, fantastic. So damage numbers on him are very efficient. This is a floor I cannot glimmer, unfortunately, because of the guy in front. I could have locked him down, was an option. I think we simply glimmer middle out here, which ascends this guy up. We clear this floor pretty confidently. I'm gonna go ahead and put lifesteal in middle. That's good. Get these guys sacrificed. It's fine. I just keep hitting the Divinity. It's fine. That's great. If I can lock chains out or not have to deal with him. Like, this is a good example. I think we double ascend or single ascend that Clipped Guardian, and that's like 100 and something through that now is more efficiently spent. Anything that I can do to basically push numbers to the boss in exchange is superior. So see what we can do here. Got to play that Weight of Contrition out. No way around it. Gem Trove, sure, bud. I don't really care that much. Void Binding here. Sure, play a Train Steward out. Now, here's your thought. This is the real question. I can then go Old Magic Ascend, right? Check it. Yeah, he's dying, but I can hit him with the Glimmer here. Right? Looks bad, but I can then kill him with that last Ascend. He does nothing, and this is now 200 and something damage I don't have to push through. So, that is an efficiency. Okay, great work. We have to deal with another curse, unfortunate, but it's fine, right? Now this guy, this is a slow you down turn, unfortunately. There's only so much we can do here. We do have to punch chains, for better or worse. Now I do need to play some cards, so one thing we can do is lock down the Gilded Wings here. And then what? We can ascend one of these dudes past. Okay, that's good. Alright, we managed to push this. I'm looking to play 2 more of my spell chain guys. So, alright, now is this better point-wise? Yeah. I have a 3 turn. Right now. We have it. Right? We have it. This is better than the last 2 plays of my old magic. So I think we take this, right? This is worth way more points. Like, because you can, like, I could actually interfere with this by pushing enemies up. But there's no world that's worth, it's 60 points versus like 1,000. So I think we take this and let it ride. And we're good. And it's, you know, it's not 2,500, but this is better because now it's a 3 turn, which is, right, the same thing we experienced last time. You hit that 2-5 mark, but you don't get the 3 turns. So I think this is acceptable. We'll take it. We'll go with it. And we should have a pretty decent score, right? I'm feeling pretty good in the 70s-ish. Yeah, it's not great. 74-8? Sure, back to challenge. That's, you know, like barely top 10. I mean, I don't know. What was the angle? What was the trickery here? Oh, so there is just like an Awoken Rail Spike insane play. Got it. Cool. That's neat to know. Is this the Bramble Lash? Yeah, the Bramble Lash Thorned Hollow. I was talking about this. I mentioned this when we saw the Bramble Lash. This is... I don't know how... This is some Giga Brain, like, we're gonna see a Bramble Lash at some point in this run, so let's take the Thorned Hollow, which is definitely the weaker play, by the way. Crazy. This is either Giga Brain or this is like he knew what was coming. One or the other. Yeah, Awoken's Rail Spike angles. Sure. It's crazy. Like, these people, I mean, they're getting much faster kills is the thing. Because of the Awoken's play here. Yeah, another Bramble Lash Thorned Hollow. Like, this is wild to me. The gamble on this is like, okay, I took Thorned Hollow. I mean, the thing is that, like, what we're not seeing is... Sometimes people take this Thorned Hollow and they don't see the Bramble Lash, and then they're scoring in, like, the bottom 30s, right? They're like multiple thousand points behind, so we don't even see them on the leaderboard. So of course some people are going to take the gamble and high roll, and that's fair. I talked about this when it came up though, right? As soon as I saw that Bramble Lash, I was like, hey, there's a Thorned Hollow play here. So on this particular one, that's pretty interesting. Interesting to see it more often than that. With the Awoken Rail Spike spam, I like the push here. Yeah, another Bramble Lash. So pretty much everyone higher than me is Bramble Lash spamming. We are very slow. If you look at this, we have extremely slow Divinity plays. Our 3 turn is barely functional. I mean, we make up for this with 2,400 gold, which is just an astronomical amount compared to everyone else. So that's just a lot of points. This is basically converting our divinity into a 5-turn, is essentially the way the math checks out here. It's like an extra, basically 2,400 points, right? Is 2 more turns on divinity. So basically I've converted this into a 5-turn, barely winning. So kind of an interesting run what we did here, but I'm glad that we did something different. I do think you can push 80 with the Bramble Lash. I mean, with some savvy gameplay, I think you could very easily completely annihilate Seraph pretty relentlessly. Like, one thing that you're noticing here, look how few Thorn Hollows there are. Why are these guys, if these people were doing, like, the Giga Brain is, like, the true Giga Brain is spam the Glimmers into Thorn Hollows on the floor. Ascend the Thorn Hollows together, and then simply play Bramble Lash with multiple scalings on that floor. And you can result in, like, some crazy numbers very quick. Like, what was the fastest... What are we looking at in terms of the fastest? Man, every single person higher than me had Bramble Lash. That's just so wild. I can't believe I scored as well as I did without taking it. Crazy. But, like, let's look at this. So if I ascend the floor together, who's getting the fastest? A 4-turn on Seraph. That's pretty slow for Bramble Lash. Really? No 5-turn or better on Seraph here. You could easily do this, right? Think about this with the engrafts. Think about this with the glimmers, right? There's lots of ways to reach this point faster. So I think that I think scores could be pushed, is what I'm saying. But you have to know what's coming, or you have to gamble on the Bramble Lash or on it coming up and just take the Thorn Hollow. Because I was like, I don't know that there's the Thorn Hollow or Bramble Lash in this run. I don't see the spikes play. And of course, then it shows up like 5 rings later. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So fun. I mean, we did great. I'm still very pleased with our number 6 finish. That's actually pretty good. A number 5 finish, especially in my opinion, considering that we are the only person in the top 5 that didn't take Thorn Hollow. So this run is 100% no spikes for me, baby. That's it. Let's play this run like a crazy person. And, you know, get 2,400 gold, which is nice. This old magic did a lot of work. So anyway, don't have much else to add. Great work. I'll let you go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.